Dressing good and arriving at your interview venue on time. You feel confident, you believe being there on time is automatic guarantee for you having this job. Wait a minute, are you sure getting there on time and looking good is the only tools you need in order to have this job? For today's video, I'll be sharing with you 5 tips in which you can practice in order to nail your next job interview. Stay tuned to find out more. Welcome back. If you're just tuning in, this is NDANGOH'S Diary, and the topic for the day is practice or things that you must do in order to achieve your next job during your interview. As a job applicant, there are some steps that you have to follow when preparing for your job interview. And of course, the first one is for you to familiarize yourself with your CV. Most job applicants make the mistake of writing their CVs, but on the day of the interview, they fail to read through the CV the previous night. It's important for you to read through what you've written, because on that day of the interview, your potential employer will be expecting you to give as much details as possible with regards to the information you wrote on your CV. The second point or step that you've got to take in order to nail that interview is for you to be able to tell to your employer what new skills you're bringing to the company. How are you going to help or improve this company? You shouldn't spend time talking about your previous achievements. Stop dwelling on past glories. Rather, think of your experience in the past and state to your potential employer what you can do in order to improve the status of the company. For example, let's say in your previous job you were an IT expert. Then you have to explain to your current employer that if you are employed in this job with your skills in computing, you might be able to help maybe improve the website. And again, you have to try to do background research on the company. Just going there to do the interview isn't enough. Don't make the mistake of paying much attention on what information is given on the job advert. Try to search on the internet, read as much as you can about this company, find out what it's all about, the year it was created, read about its staffs, its board of directors or structures of hierarchy. Look at its vision and goals. When you read and understand the company, on that day of the interview, when you're talking to the employer or potential employer, you know what skill set of yours to use that befits the status that you're applying for. And the fourth point is for you to be able to go with your materials. Most often, I insist, people make the mistakes of going for an interview without materials. Materials here, you're thinking of your pen, your pencils, and copies of your resumes. You can't just walk into the interview empty-handed. You've got to have copies of your resumes, because you never can tell how many people will be there to interview you. And on that day of the interview, if there are more than 3 people or participants who are there to interview you, it's but normal that they have copies of your resumes and other documents. So it's good enough for you to prepare as much copies as possible and go with a pen, pencil. You might be expected to write something, therefore going with these materials helps you. And 5, you have to prepare yourself prior to the day of the interview. Preparing here, you look at your dress. You need to dress normal. Do not overdress, neither should you underdress. Dress in a way that is professional, a way that impresses your employer, like normal t-shirts and trousers or panties with a tie and maybe jacket. A food for thought, I would advise that you might equally check through the company website to see how workers are dressing. Sometimes we learn by observing, so you might want to observe the dress code of the company in order for you to prepare yourself, because you wouldn't want to look awkward when you arrive there, maybe because you're underdressed or you're too dressed. So there you go. Those 5 points I believe will help you to nail your next interview. If you're that kind of job applicant who aspires to have that next big dream job of yours, then watch this video, like and share with friends. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.